multi-billion-dollar global brand invested in India, and they have started their global capability center, and they are creating employment opportunities. Hello, vanakkam, welcome back. In this video, what we are going to explore is about the classic challenge what we have in candidates not doing enough research and employers not branding enough. So where does that lead to? And I did this experiment internally within the organization as well. All right. So 5 company irukku. I want you to figure out and let me know if you recognize these companies. And you can state in the comments stating that whether you recognize these companies or you don't recognize these companies. Tesco, Tesco, Cummins, AGCO, AGCO, Fiserv, AbbVie, Lowe's, and I'm naming 6 companies. Have you heard of these companies? Because these companies are present in India and they are creating employment opportunities. Let me take it. The reason why I made this video is because there was a question which was asked from one of our audience, that this individual has 2 offers, an opportunity with a large brand which has been in India for a long time, like TCS, and an opportunity with Lowe's. He has this offer letter, and he's asking this question, which offer should I pick up? The salary ranges are the same, the location is the same, there is no issue with that, the position, band, all of that is the same. But when you compare with the brand, which brand should I choose? Now, as a person who has lived in that country for that long a period of time, the way we all start thinking is, this brand has been in existence, like for example, a company like Tata's, they have been in business for over 100 years. We have heard through many stories, and as a result of which you start thinking the brand has resonated very well with you, and you've heard it constantly, as a result of which you think of that as a premium brand, as opposed to Lowe's. Because you've never heard about Lowe's, and Lowe's is not a company which is producing products and manufacturing in India and selling it. They just have their GCC, which is also called as a Global Capability Center, but they have established their Global Capability Center and they are doing all of their research and development, innovation, and their operations as well from India. Now, the biggest trend, and you must have already heard this, நீங்க வந்து எல்லா newspaper articles எல்லாம் பார்த்திருப்பீங்க, multi-billion-dollar global brands, which I spoke about, like I named 5 or 6. Like that, there are close to about 2,000 companies who have invested in India and they have started their global capability center out of India. They might create 100 jobs, they might create 2,000 jobs, it's to be seen. And there are certain global capability centers who have created a lot of jobs. These jobs are created in not only in tier 1 cities, they're also looking at tier 2 and tier 3 cities as well. It will come through. But the point is, as a job seeker, do you understand the brand of these large fortune corporations or large multi-billion-dollar organizations? The starting point, and I want to talk both from the employer's standpoint and from the candidate standpoint. As a candidate standpoint, நீங்க எப்படி யோசிக்கணும்னா, when you have competing job offers from a large brand which is already existing in India, and when you compare with, let's say, a Lowe's who has come to India fairly new, what I want you to do is, the first thing what I want you to do is go back and do the research on that organization. When everything else, எல்லாமே வந்து comparatively is the same, then I want you to think about, okay, can I go and take a deep dive in terms of who this organization is? This video actually came to my thought based on what John Deere experienced. John Deere is a farm equipment manufacturing company. John Deere, when they opened up their facilities in Delhi, is what I think. The biggest challenge what they had was people did not know anything about John Deere. They had a huge challenge. So some of the things what they did from an employer branding standpoint, the miniature tractors, the lampani, they used to keep it at the desk. So people are, their employees in the Indian subcontinent are able to understand what is the value. And in fact, there's the wallpaper of the computer, right? The wallpapers had information about their history, about when they started, what was the rich heritage what this company had. So there are 2 aspects to it. Job seekers need to look at it from a perspective, how much research can I do to understand more about the company and the heritage? Research is what can give you insight about how long this organization has existed and what is the the values and the culture, what they bring. That is from a candidate standpoint. So if you do that, then you will not have this dilemma. The second aspect is from an employer branding standpoint. Employers, like all these GCCs, like the companies which I've named, some of the GCCs, they haven't done enough in the marketplace for a candidate to resonate with their brand. There was one of our employees who joined our organization, and this is he had shared this thought with me during one of the town halls in the R&Rs, and he mentioned growing up he had seen the VDOT bus go through his street. As a result of which, he used to tell his mom that one day I want to work for this company. After finishing school and college, he decided to join that organization. There is a brand connectivity because he has seen that for a longer period of time. And I want to take that element of it and apply to when there is a new brand who has multi-billion-dollar revenues, when they come to a new geography, how do they actually look at attracting talent? Which means that particular company has to do a lot of cultural or local branding to really penetrate the market, because it's a talent war out there. I wanted to know your thoughts and comments, because I was actually in one of the panel discussions, and this was a GCC-based conversation, Global Capability Center-based conversation, which was happening in India. And I asked this question to the panelists, and these are folks who are actually building that ecosystem of GCCs in India, or helping companies come to India and set up their GCCs. And I asked them, is brand really an issue? Nobody was able to connect. They said, no. All the large brands, they don't have a problem in attracting talent. And I said, if that is the case, then why is our audience, the job seeker, asking this question? Should I join a brand which is very popular in India, or should I join a brand which is very new to India? So I want to know what your thoughts and comments are, because it will give me a lot more insights in terms of what actually is going on in ground reality. In ground reality, I think employers, newer employers who come to a particular geography need to do a lot more branding, such as going to colleges, talking to colleges, because that is where you can hit. You should be present in almost wherever you're going to hire talent from. Go after those colleges and educational institutions and educate talent about your brand and position your brand. Similarly, for students, it is so important that they need to do enough research about the heritage and the longevity and how much they do, what do they do in global markets. That will give you a value add to decide whether you want to join an existing brand or a new brand which has come to India. So think about it. Let me know what your thoughts and comments are. For the time which you've invested, I'm forever grateful.